In this video, we are going to continue our discussion of navigation by taking an in-depth look at the options for the zoom tool. Now, as a reminder, the zoom tool is attached to your Z key, so you can just tap Z. That's without a modifier, so that's not Control Z, it's not Alt Z or Shift Z, just the regular Z key. Now, I'm going to open up an image. Let's go to File, Open, and once again, here I am inside the sample pictures for Windows 7, and let's grab the tulips picture this time. It's just a whole bunch of nice tulips. This one has got a nice red stripe on it. And we've already seen the behavior of the zoom tool in a previous video, but I'm going to review it really quickly. By default, when you have the zoom tool active, you can click and that will zoom in. You can alt click and that will zoom out. If we jump up here to the options bar, you'll see that we have the ability to control that default behavior. Do we want to be zooming in or zooming out? So if you don't want to use the alt key, you can just set that behavior here by clicking on it. Just know that what alt is doing is just inverting whatever behavior you currently have set. Next, we have resize windows to fit. This is an interesting option because you're not readily going to see what it does by default, because currently our window is not floating. It's docked here inside of our workspace. So what I'm going to do is go under the window menu, jump down to workspace. I'm sorry, not workspace, jump up to arrange, and we'll choose float in window, and that's going to break that off into its own floating window. Alternatively, I can grab the tab for this document and just drag it, and that will break that off and float it into a window as well. Now, with resize windows to fit, get a load of this. If I hold down Alt and I zoom out, notice we are resizing the window while we zoom out. As I zoom in, the window steadily gets bigger until it gets to its maximum size. And that's just with Alt and clicking. If I'm doing something a bit fancier, like Scrubby Zoom, which is the next option I'll be talking about, you'll notice this doesn't do anything. It's all for Alt clicking and regular clicking. So once again, if you're having a hard time seeing the result, make sure that your window is floating and not docked. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that back off. Next, we have Zoom All Windows. This will not mean anything to us unless we have more than one window handy. So I'm going to go to File, Open, and let's also grab the chrysanthemum, and I'm going to float both of these. So let's go back over to Window, Arrange, Float All in Windows, and now these are two completely separate floating windows. Now I'm going to switch on Zoom All Windows, and notice as I click, both of the images are zooming in. As I alt click, both of the images are zooming out. So very handy. Now if we switch on, I've never actually tried to do both these at the same time, so let's just see what happens. Yeah, it's not going to actually resize both the windows, but that's cool. I really didn't think it would. So let's go ahead and switch that back off, and I'd like to redock both of these. So let's go back over to Window, Arrange, and consolidate all to tabs, and that puts them back into tabs. And I'm going to put the tulips first, so just drag that over to the left, like so. Okay, so back into our options. The next thing we have, and this is on by default, this is Scrubby Zoom. This is an OpenGL feature. So if your video card does not support OpenGL, or you have it disabled for any number of reasons, then you will not be able to see the results of this. What this means is, if you click and drag to the right, you're zooming in. If you click and drag to the left, you're zooming out. It's a very fast way to get into and out of your document. Very nice. I love this feature. I use it quite a bit. However, if you switch this off, then you go back to the legacy style of dragging out what is called a zoom box. So what I'm going to do is zoom out real quick, and if I just drag a box around that red stripe, we zoom in just to that location, and that's with Scrubby Zoom off, so just so you know. Let's go ahead and zoom back out. I'll go ahead and leave Scrubby Zoom on for the time being. Now, down from here, we have, or actually to the right of here, if you want to get technical, we have some zoom buttons. These are kind of like presets for zoom that we can use. So we have the actual pixels. This will zoom us to 100%. We have fit screen. That's just like hitting Control 0, I believe. Let me make sure I have that right, because I always get the two confused. Yeah, Control 1 is going to be 100%. Control 0 is going to be fit on screen. Next, we have fill screen. And what that's going to do is take the wider dimension and fit that, or the longer dimension of the width and height, and it'll fill that. So you'll notice that now we're kind of overlapping on top and bottom because of the aspect ratio of this particular image. And then we have print size, which is going to show us how big this image should be when we actually send it out to print. So that's it for all of our options. There's really only one more thing that I want to cover, and I'm just kind of throwing this in here in case you've really started zooming in and you start noticing these white lines all over the place. This is the pixel grid. This is Photoshop CS 4 and 5's way of showing you little division lines in between each one of the pixels. It can be very handy, but if you really like getting down here at the pixel level and you find them distracting for any reason, they can be switched off by going under View, going down to Show, and switching off the pixel grid. And now you just see the raw pixels without seeing that little tiny grid of white lines. So if you like having those there, remember it's just under View, Show, and then switch on the pixel grid, and you can turn it off using the exact same steps. So that is a quick look at the various options for the zoom tool. That is going to wrap things up for this video. Thanks a lot.